Hey, what's up? This is like I don't know. I wanted to do some videos like this where I just talk about just some cool software that I use. It's called Launchbox. It's free to use. You can get a license for it, which I did eventually get a license. I found once I got the license and paid for it's an annual license, I think. Or no, it was a one-time license for like $40. It works a lot better. It's more stable. So basically, all this thing is it's a way to play all of your ROMs. So you go out and collect ROMs on your own, and you have a good library of them, and you want to be able to play them. You can use stuff like RetroArch, which I don't mind. I like the UI for this. I find it's just more conducive to like I don't know, just like a good video game experience. Um, you can have categories here for your library, and you can do them by anything you want. There's a bunch of out of the box fields here. I went ahead and created something called platform category. So when I import my games, I will actually import them, and I can try to show you how to do that. When you go to import a bunch of ROMs, let's say you have your single platform or multiple platform. Let's say I just use a single platform. You can use their wizard, and when you go to add a folder, like I will add a folder here. I have no idea where I even put these, man. Are they under games? Yeah, they are. Wow, and they just put them into folders all by themselves? Wow, I didn't even realize that. Where's my original library? I think my original library is I'm just gonna say it's here. But just to show you kind of how you do it, you'd go here, you'd go to, let's say, a folder like this, which you have called ROMs. You'd import them, and then you'd show what platform you want them for. So if you knew that they were all, let's say, I don't know, Sega CD, you would go here and you have Sega CD or Sega Dreamcast, or the Sega Master System or Sega Genesis. And then when you imported them, and it's a long process, I went through, and you'd have them like this. So these are all the consoles that I actually have games for. And then I put a bunch of my computer games into other lists like Commodore 64 games, Commodore, Amiga. And then there's arcade games. These are from MAME files. A lot of the games I play are MAME files. And you can see here, once you get into this menu, you can then sort these by, I think, let me see here. Once you're here, you can sort them by going to view. And then you can like do a show hide button or arrange by. And I always go release year. You can go by release type, series, if you wanted to, or region, or publisher, which is pretty cool. You can see different publishers here that created video games, and there's so many of them, man. There's just so many of them. Can't believe how many arcade publishers or game publishers there are. So what I usually do is I go back here and I just arrange by, I like it by release year, date, year, so that I know, hey, these are the games that came out in 1980 versus 1981. These are older games from the 70s. So it's fun to go back and just kind of see how games have evolved. It's a good way to get appreciation for how they've grown over the years. And then like if there's a favorite year when you used to go, I mostly played arcades in like late 80s, early 90s. So I go to those years and I just relive my childhood playing some of these games. Once you have them set up, they will open up using an emulator. So they usually have here, if you go and click on a game, let's go back over to consoles here. Let's pick something interesting like, I don't know, like a Sega CD game. I don't have a lot. Sega Genesis games. If they show up like this where there's no title, that literally means there is no title for them. A lot of these are like 20 and 1 Brazil version games. Like some of these, they cannot find an actual JPEG for it. But these games, for instance, do. Like they can find the original JPEG. And what you could do is go here, go down into media, actually media here, edit the metadata, and once you open up the metadata for that file, you can go down the side and see images. These are all the images it could retrieve for you from the internet, from different sources. They have a library itself that they can call all of these images from, and that's another reason why I have the annual license. they update that library, and you can change it. Like I could say I don't want this picture, I want this title, and then when I go to OK, you'll see that it actually changed. It changed the cover. For ones that you don't have, you could actually go through, let's say, edit metadata, and then go back to images here. Go to download all available media, and it will look for it. Let's go into Emu Movies. That's their database. It found nothing. If you did find something, you could add your own image. You could find it. You could add your own image. Sometimes I do it, but for games like this, man, I should delete them from my library, because even if I delete them like this right now, next time I open up the application, it will actually still think that these are ROMs because it's connected to a folder, right? Like that import folder is a folder that it's connected to, and it will automatically refine these games. Like I permanently delete them, and next time I open it up, I guarantee you it will repopulate those games. So going back to Launchbox here, I had a screen captured. Here's all Nintendo Entertainment System. Again, a lot of these ones here, they don't have the icons because they were just either special games, add-ons. Some of them are even prototypes. Like I think some of these are prototypes that people, or just homemade games where developers made their own games and made them available on the internet. But all these titles are the original covers. Some of them you can't find the original cover, so and like stuff like this Japanese stuff is kind of hard to get covers for. But all these games pretty much work. There's Castlevania. RetroArch will work for all these games. And not bad gaming experience. The sound's pretty good. The sound quality is pretty good. And just what's fun is that like you can just play like thousands and thousands of games that like to play them with cartridges would take you forever. And here's some of the original Sega Master System games. Like, man, I remember most of these games, but they were just god awful. Rocky wasn't that bad. Way better than Nintendo games, honestly, in my opinion. Way better. Sega Master System games kicked Nintendo games asses. And a lot of people who play Nintendo games were complete morons like me. I think the start button wants to work on the controller. I don't have it. And again, you can use your keyboard. I just would not recommend it. It's not a good experience playing these games with keyboard. Way better to play with controllers. And PC controllers are pretty cheap to come by. Wired or wireless, they're pretty cheap to come by. Like I got a decent one. This is the MSI controller with like, you know, it mocks a Xbox controller. It's the MSI Force GC30. Works great. The buttons work great. This is great for games like Street Fighter. You want to play Street Fighter? You need one of these. You cannot play Street Fighter at all on a keyboard and mouse. It's just miserable experience. But nonetheless, I recommend it to anybody. You can do the free license. I just find that the paid license works a tiny bit better. And again, you can arrange everything here by different types of carts, by boxes, by carts. But the thing is, I really don't have these enabled. That's why you don't see them. I really have just for when I import games, I import their metadata. I usually just do the covers because it makes it a bit easier. Also, whenever this has to update, if you have like each game has like 10 or 15 image files and you have thousands of games, it's going to take that much longer for everything to update. So I just usually, when I import games, I just import it with the basic cover. If you go into edit again, metadata, and you look here at images, I try to have 2 or 3 images. That's about it. Like I don't really want to import everything. And you can like, I'll show you how, but if you wanted to update the media here, refresh selected image, okay, it'll do it. But if you wanted to just update it, media, edit metadata, images. This is downloading metadata. There, it's asking you what you want to download, and it's showing you here you can do 3D boxes, the back, you can do the front reconstructed, you can take off here the spine or the 3D cart, the 3D logo or screenplays, and just say all I want is box 3D or box front. Download that, update it, and you'll see here you have these 1, 2, 3. These are related to the box 3D front, and you still have screenshots and clear and logos. So I would take that off, screenshots, and then leave these on, download them. See, it found actually a lot more than I wanted to. It is not paying attention. Nonetheless, great application, fun to use. I like playing some of these games like once a week. I should get back into it. I stopped, but I'll probably put it back in the rotation. Hey, I can play Gremlins, the Atari version of Gremlins. Awesome. Where you get your ROMs, I'm not gonna make recommendations, but like it won't take hard. It will not take a long time to find a bunch of great quality ROMs online. Keep them, good care of them because they'll be hard to find in the future. Awesome.
Stormy, float your ass over here and magic me up another wrench.
Nay, Captain.
Oh, yeah.
You're not for earthly goods and pleasures. Cast off this taint and become taintless.
Hey, shut up. It's 420.
Word up. Time to go get some more pills.